Hello, and thank you for listening to our tale today. I'm Aether, the omnipotent narrator and the hand that moves the pieces on the divine chessboard of Cradle. And he's Philip, playing our titular character of the Godkiller, better known as Leutfried.
I also run OBS.
Thank you for doing that. I don't want to do it. We obtained this act of heresy through the itch.io TTRPGs for Palestine bundle. If you'd like to know more about the game Godkiller, the creator, Connie Chang, will be linked in the description, as well as the itch.io page. Without further ado, let us get on with our cautionary tale. Are you ready to jump into the world of Cradle?
Yeah, just give me 1 second. And 3, 2, 1. Smooth transition.
Oh, this is so cool. We're so cool.
First recording, already got 2 birds out. Hello.
Hi, they talk.
They do talk.
Okay.
All right, they do talk. Thankfully, they do talk. Hopefully it's working correctly on the recording end. We can always edit how they jump and stuff around. First recording, first time using OBS. So, should be okay. Hopefully.
All right. Are you ready to jump into Cradle?
No. But we're going to start anyway, despite my not wanting to. Let's put it like that. I'm kidding. I don't want to.
I don't think Leutfried's going to want this either.
Oh, God.
Welcome to Cradle, the irradiated remains of what was once a fabled paradise. Here, gods rule over mortals, whether claiming to be a guiding hand, a looming danger, or an iron-fisted tyrant. They rule all the same. Whether they love their god or fear their god, one thing is certain. Mortals are forever under their thumb. Here, cities sprawl out from a canyon where there was once a great river of divinity, the source of which was once a great aurora in the sky and is now a hollow, pulsing crack. The glowing magic that once flowed is now a dry riverbed, the crevasse deep in the earth making a canyon, deep trench. Outside, on the lip above, a track goes around it, a great steam train that travels the land of Cradle. The tracks worming through gray, dead zones, the graves of dead gods, where monsters crawl with teeth bared, eternal scavengers. Past those are cities ruled over by major gods, each unique in ideology and in eternal servitude to the divine. The divine only still exist because another has not killed them, stolen divinity for themselves, supporting themselves with the magic of other divines and whatever their people tithe in the absence of the river. The train, specifically, is the only moving settlement where the god, Wander, powers the train by means unknown, and the people never stop moving, eternal vagabonds. Leutfried, you come from here. You live on this train of vagabonds, each more exotic in their background. The train is circling the lip of the canyon, the cracked riverbed below, full of dust and carmine clay, and whatever junk vagabonds throw over the side. You never thought you would be the junk, but here you are, hearing the whistling of the wind as your cloak billows above you. You see the corroded green of the sky, the grayish-red color of the rift where the river once was, hanging above you as you hurtle towards the ground. What do you do?
I scream loudly. I'm not going to actually scream. I don't want to break the mic or anything, or my own voice before we even really start. Leutfried is screaming.
And you scream, and you hit the ground. It's not as hard as you thought it would be.
Oh, this is
you
nice.
are getting kind of poked in the back quite a bit, actually.
Oh, this is less nice.
It is something is squishy under you.
Oh, it's worse.
It's
now.
warm.
I wish it was solid.
You definitely broke a rib or two, but
Would I get strain for this? Like, do I start off with strain? Is this what we're doing?
I would honestly, because strain is actual physical harm, but I'm being nice, take one. Yeah, I would make you take more, but we already did talk about how I was going to throw you off a cliff.
That's true. I expected I was going to take off one strain off my sheet, and maybe in a different recording later on we can actually show strain, on screen.
Yeah, I can work on that.
Yeah, I have.
Do you want to counter, or do you want him to just look progressively more beat up?
I think a counter was what I was going for, but We can talk about this. We can talk about this. Right now the background's a little bare.
I don't want to draw. I've been working on contests. Anyway.
Continuing on. Okay, first of all, why am I alive? Not that I'm not thankful. I'm just, why is everything squishy and warm?
Are you trying to get up?
Yes.
Or are you just gonna lay there on your back?
I'm going to get up. Very.
And as you get up, you can see that what you landed on is. See,
What does it
it's
smell?
supposed to be a baby.
What does it smell like?
Not
Just
nice.
not nice.
You
Oh,
have
no.
landed next to the rotting body of a god, but on top of what should be a baby, probably. Vulture, seeing as it was in a nest, that's what was poking you. But it's about the size of a grown man.
Did I just kill a baby?
Did you?
I mean, not intentionally, but is that what I landed on? Did I land on a baby giant vulture thing?
Yes.
Leutfried is just going to stand up. If possible, he's going to stand up, and he's just gonna...
That's when you hear the second scream.
Oh, no.
It's something like a scream. It's like this guttural kind of vocal fry caw in the back of something's throat.
What even
It's
happened?
coming from your right, over by where one of the bits of what was once Jormungand, the giant snake that was once the god of sloth that curls around the remains of the river deep in the riverbed.
I was just in the kitchen.
And you turn your head towards the screaming, and it's gigantic. It's
I was making
at
soup.
least twice the size of a grown man. It seems to be a woman with a swollen belly, pregnant. But the head of a vulture with all of that hanging skin around the neck, the flabby arms.
I didn't even get to taste any of it yet.
No, you are still armed with just a wooden ladle.
Yeah, he's gonna whip the wooden ladle out from his little like rope belt setup going on, and he has armed himself.
Now, this is clearly not a monstrosity of a dead zone. Though you are in a dead zone, you should be worried.
Oh yeah, no. This is very, very uncomfortable. Everything is not as it should be. It's rotting. Everything feels almost gray. Not even looks gray. Feels gray. You know when you ever look at a place and it's like, ooh, you're devoid of color, aren't you?
It should be.
So yeah, no, he knows where he is because he's looked out the window of the godly wander train.
The Wander Train.
and-
All aboard the Wander
Yeah,
Train.
the wander train, and has looked down into this dead zone for years. He's never been inside, but he knows where he is very distinctly. Maybe not specifically, but he knows what he's gotten himself into. And how did he get himself into the situation? What do we... Did we ever talk about this? I forget. How did he fall off
Yes.
the train?
If you do remember, you were pushed.
Okay. He's a little upset about that. We're just gonna...
But right now you have slightly more pressing and angry thing, vulture thing.
You're right, his clothes are very dirty right now.
The angry vulture thing is very upset that you killed her baby and is going to run towards you.
Okay. He is going to pick up... Now, what's around me right now? Like, what are we doing? What's on here?
You are in an oversized nest.
Okay.
It's not built with the traditional sticks. Actually, it's built with things like discarded items, as if it was built in a city, you know, but this is large, so things like a railway spike, a beam with a 2x4,
Okay.
splintered.
Maybe not as useful if it's a 2x4. Do we see any weapons? Knives? Things you usually don't throw away, but anything? Anything of use?
No, most of the things that are on here are things that were thrown overboard by the vagabonds as trash. Like a pot you threw over last week that had a hole in the bottom is here.
Well,
The lid of a pan.
no, that's a perfectly good lid.
Pam's shoe that she threw over. She was drunk.
Oh, that makes sense. Maybe if I were in a terrible situation with a monstrous thing running at me, I think I would take it back to her. However, that is what's happening. Is there any eggshells by any chance?
Yes.
Cool. How big are these eggshells? Like, because I'm assuming at this point they're split. If that was a baby, right? I'm assuming I didn't land on just the egg itself.
No, you landed on the actual baby.
Okay, but the egg is the egg there?
Yes, there are shards of the egg there. It's not fully intact anymore. It's kind of when you break an egg, it doesn't break in half in real life. It gets a hole in it and then they crawl out. So there are like shards, but this baby was the size of a grown man.
Okay.
So
big freaking egg.
Yeah, it's a big egg.
Okay. He is going to. How big is this railway spike by any chance?
Have you seen a railway spike?
I don't think so. Maybe.
They're like longer than the mics that we're using. They're a good example for, I suppose, listeners. It's like 6, 7, 8 inches long.
Cool. So what he's going to do is that he's going to try to poke the railway spike into a large enough shard of the egg to make himself a very, very, very bad shield.
The world's worst shield.
The world's most ingenious shield if you spin it in a different way, like I am right now. And he's going to take this shield and his wooden ladle, and this is what he's armed himself with. And he's going to make himself look like he's about to run towards the creature. He's just going to stand his ground.
Enraged that you killed her baby, the strip of carrion she had in her mouth, and she was about to feed to her own child. Still hanging there, she screams and runs towards you. See, an eggshell's a very bad shield.
Oh, but this is a very different eggshell.
But she's running at you with rather abandon. You notice that some of the places where her feet touch, they seem to... a little green sprout here and there.
Interesting.
But
So there's just-
she does go to quite literally grab you. And of course she hits the shield, but more importantly, it drags up her arm. And then you see golden ichor.
So the shield cuts. Like the
railway spike
The
did,
railway spike did.
that just poked through it.
Okay. So the railway spike.
This gives you 2 revelations. One, that what this is specifically is a god. 2, somehow you heard a god.
Holy moly. He's gonna just say to himself as he keeps the railway spike.
I am not going to do a vulture impression.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Now,
You planning something over there?
well, there is only one way out of this confrontation.
Oh yeah, no. This is not what he wants. He's going to run.
So you are going to run.
Yeah, he's gonna skedaddle. He's gonna see the Ichor, and is going to think, perfect. I've already done enough.
Would you say that you are acting impulsively?
Yes. This is was it fight or flight? Hey, he's chosen flight.
Okay.
We're getting out of here. It's weird down here.
So when you act impulsively, describe the emotion that drives you and answer one question. And I will tell you something that you didn't notice until now by answering the other. So your questions are, what advantage do you seize, or what trouble hits you hard and fast?
So he just injured a god. I'm assuming that surprised everyone involved.
Including God, yes.
Well, there's only 2 people involved.
Yes. Well, there was 3.
No, I wouldn't say that was the third one. The third one kind of departed very quickly. Anyway, what advantage do you seize? I think that I'm seizing just the surprise. Like, oh, that's weird. Anyway, moving on. Run time. He's gonna run. He's gonna run. And of course, I don't like the question you're about to answer.
Okay.
What trouble hits me hard and fast?
So the first trouble, of course, that hits you hard and fast, the first thing you realize quickly, and that you didn't really quite think about until now, is that you don't know how far the river goes on, but you know that these walls are far too steep to get up without some form of help or rock climbing experience, and even then you don't really want to try that. These seem to crumble easily the way the floor is so dusty. What's more is that this goddess, despite being clearly pregnant, is so much, maybe not faster than you, but she did not just fall out of a train.
Yeah.
She has more stamina, and she could chase you as long as she needed to.
Okay. She's still gonna run.
And what's more, she's definitely going to, because not only did you kill her baby, but you hurt her, and you should not be able to do that.
Okay. She's running past her. He is, let's see. I think he can run pretty fast. He's not supernaturally quick or anything. However, I do think he's got legs.
With his backstory, that would make sense.
He's legging it right now. And he's running. He's got the wood ladle and the spike. And the spike, I'm assuming, has still got that ichor on it. And he's trying to, like, shake it off. It's like, ooh, it's not supposed to be there. He's only now hitting him what he actually did. So you're not supposed to be able to hurt a god. That's weird. He's thinking to himself, Leutfried.
I do want to say, by the way, you can still use your divine moves, even though you don't have your divinity unlocked. Unless you're unleashing your divinity. Things like inflict violence, you don't need to be divine for.
Okay, understood. Great. I guess for context for anyone listening, I have a move sheet in front of me, a la, like, Powered by the Apocalypse games. And one of them is just inflict violence.
Of course, there is a crucible move. Soon to be done.
Oh,
There are 2. You will either have to kill or spare this god. Unless you want to suffer your 5th strain at some point, but no.
Again, more context for audio listeners. I have 5 strain spaces, and if the 5th one gets ticked, I have to make a special move that'll probably kill me.
It could kill you. It could not.
Yeah, it's a dice roll. I'm just gonna say it's gonna kill me. It probably won't, probably will. Just gonna lean on the will. Don't get my hopes up. And I'm just gonna keep running. He's gonna leg it.
But there are a couple things on the divine moves that, while typically a divine move you're not supposed to do unless you have your divinity unlocked, I don't think the way that we play the game will be able to be done without saying that you could. There's only two, really, that I'm sitting here saying that you would not be able to use unless you have killed a god, which is wield the power and unleash your divinity. Because currently those are locked, the rest of them are not. So you can inflict violence, recognize a god, tempt fate, or challenge someone dangerous should you need. And then, when you are ready, kill or spare a god.
So, but for right now,
Yes.
he's running. He looks back. What does he see?
You see the nest seeming to get smaller. You're following along the path of the river. The canyon, it's not narrow by any means, but it doesn't leave you many places to go but forward. You have one place to go, and it's windy, and you have to continue down it. There are pebbles under your feet, your footing's not very sure, and you hurt all over. And you are following this disgusting, rotting body that's been rotting for who knows how long into a dead zone, where these creatures you could run into could make this a lot worse.
How big is this, like, body of Jormungand?
Jormungand, yes. Jormungand was gigantic. You've followed the path of the river for a long time on Wander's train. You have not seen the ending of Jormungand.
Okay.
You have only seen rib and muscle. You've never seen the head. You have never seen the end of the tail.
Okay. I'm just gonna follow that. Hopefully to anywhere else. We're not thinking goals here, we're thinking escape. So he's going.
So you can keep going down. You can see more things thrown off the side of the train. One of them might be like a rusty knife. More ratty clothes, broken utensils. The coffee pot that Sonny broke recently. He got a black eye for that.
Oh, that's where that went.
And a little cave.
Okay. How far behind is the angry vulture mom?
She's gaining on you.
Oh no. So there's a little cave. We're actually gonna ignore the cave for right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because there could be something in that cave. And then if there's something in that cave and an angry vulture goddess, suddenly that's worse. That's
Yes.
a big freaking problem. So we're actually gonna grab that rusty knife and we're gonna do some little trickery. A little trick.
A little trickery?
A little trickery, okay? He's going to take the rusty knife. He's gonna stop. Like, as he's running, he stoops low, grabs it by the handle, sort of slides it across the ground as he moves past. He's got the rest. He's holding the nail, the spike, and the wooden ladle. He did not drop the wooden ladle.
He did not drop the ladle.
No.
The ladle's important.
The ladle is important. And he's got the knife, right? And he turns around, right? And he's holding it up at the goddess.
Yes. Upon seeing, of course, the knife, she goes to shift her body to the other direction, trying to grab for you.
And you know what he's gonna do?
She's got wicked little claws.
He's gonna toss it up.
Toss
He's
it?
gonna toss the knife at her.
Would you say you are inflicting violence?
No,
No.
because that's not to inflict violence.
No? Okay.
It's not
I like
to
where this
inflict
is
violence.
going. I like where this is going.
So So he tosses it up, like at her head.
She is definitely going to, like... She's ducking her head down to the side.
Perfect. I want to inflict violence now.
Okay, now we can inflict violence.
Okay, so now that I've got her ducking...
I would say that you can add 2 because she definitely wishes you harm and you definitely are desperate.
Yes, I'm gonna...
I wouldn't say it's personal.
No, it's not personal. No. This is definitely not personal. This is a big misunderstanding that's about to turn very violent very quickly.
And perhaps lethal.
Yeah, lethal. Probably.
Maybe. Can you even do that?
Not supposed to be able to do that.
No.
Not supposed to be able to hurt a god. That's weird.
All right.
So we're gonna
I believe, what is it? 2d6 plus 2.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to roll. That was a 6. I should have kept it. I should have lied. And roll, that is a 3 and a 1? 4? So I got
6.
got a 6.
That is a miss.
Oh no. Not a miss.
You suffer 2 strain, and you are going to be backed into a corner. Specifically, you go to strike with the railroad spike, and she grabs your arm, and it hurts.
Cool.
And she twists the railroad spike out of your hand and your ladle. Your beloved
the ladle?
Yes, your beloved
And the
ladle.
ladle?
As she twists your arm painfully. And you swear you hear something crack.
Okay.
You are at 3 strain.
You are not allowed.
And you are cornered.
You are not about to like what he's about to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry. And he bites the crap out of that hand. I'm talking like teeth. I'm talking molars. He goes for a side bite as much as he can, just to bite into it.
Do you want to inflict violence or do you want to act impulsively?
Oh. Yeah, it's really funny to say that's inflict violence.
Technically, it is violence.
It is inflict violence and act impulsively. I guess it would be inflict violence.
All right. This time you can add an extra because that is a little personal now.
Yeah, now it's personal. Okay, he doesn't hold a grudge, but
she did break your arm.
Yeah,
in like multiple places.
Yeah, his arm is messed up right now.
Yeah.
He can't even feel it. He's not feeling it right now.
The adrenaline.
The adrenaline is not letting him feel it, and he's thankful for that. I'm gonna roll the dice next to the mic, charging that up, and that is a 11.
That is an 11. That's an overkill. Okay. This part of the fight ends on your turn, and you lose yourself to righteous fury. And I will tell you the cost of your divinity. All right.
Yeah, he chomps down.
You chomp down, and you taste the ichor in your mouth as your teeth go into soft flesh. And the goddess screams.
He's gonna rip out. It's not probably gonna. I doubt it's actually gonna tear like too much flesh, because his teeth aren't sharp or anything. But like he's gonna pull away rather.
Do you remember the rules for unleashing your divinity?
I do not.
Can you unleash your divinity without killing a god?
Unleash divinity. I'm not sure.
The good news is, I have the PDF. I just have to find it.
Yeah, he is going to like pull away violently while still having his teeth like bared down. So he's going to try to inflict more harm than normal. But again, his teeth aren't sharp. He's not an animal. Just backed into a corner and acting like one right now. He's very sorry, but he can't say it right now with the mouth full of ichor. I'm just watching.
Okay, so your divinity unleashes.
Okay.
However, I don't describe that, you do.
Do I? Okay.
Yes.
In the move. So the move tells me how I would describe, or how I should be describing this, right?
Specifically, it should be... I will tell you the cost of what you've just done.
Okay.
But you will describe what you want to happen. Because the fight ends on your terms. You win.
Okay. Okay, so because I succeeded in inflicting violence.
But it's an overkill, so your divinity activates in some way, which this would be the first time that it's ever happened.
Okay.
Which means that I then tell you the costs of this.
Gotcha. So when you unleash your awakened divinity, describe how your godhead surges forth as you exact your will upon reality. You accomplish a single brilliant feat with one side effect of your choosing. So you choose side effect, huh? Or do I choose?
Yes, you choose it.
I choose it. Okay. I'm gonna say it's brief. Fight's over anyway, so I'll say it's brief. Sorry, it's definitely obvious. And I can't exactly say it's unstable. Probably is anyway, but it's brief. How would I describe this? I think the goddess doesn't see it coming. I think it's literally like I don't want to say he's necessarily invisible, but it happened very quickly. He doesn't seem to be there for her for half of it. Only once he's like pulling back out and the ichor splashes on his face is he like there again for her. It's like she stops hearing him, smelling him. He blinked, he's gone. And then he's back again. And then suddenly, pain. So much pain. Because he's not that little. I say a little boy, he's not a little boy. He's a grown man, thank you. This grown man just bit down and did not let go for a solid few seconds.
The goddess doubles over and she's protecting her stomach. She's holding her hand and you taste the ichor in your mouth.
What's it taste like? Is it metallic?
At first it tastes almost ambrosial. It's incredible. You don't eat very good typically. You don't get to. You're a mortal in cradle and you're a vagabond. But what's more is that this is divine blood. This is the closest thing to magic you're ever going to get. And it's incredible for a moment.
Oh.
And then... No. And then you feel it wanting to come back up.
He didn't swallow it.
No, you didn't try to. You've been poisoned.
Ew. Gross.
Which means that you're now very clearly, Leutfried, working on a timer to either get rid of this goddess, negotiate with this goddess, or try to leave this goddess, or try to leave this place and get help.
Cool. That third option is really not happening. Can I see the train from here? Because it didn't stop.
No, it didn't stop. And you've kept running. If you could, you can see kind of the billow of smoke, but the train itself is far.
Oh, well, yeah, so that third option.
And you could pray, but do you really think anyone would answer?
Not in a timely fashion. Wander's probably busy, so it's not exactly gonna get on call with Wander right now. Anyway, so what's our position right now? So has he been let go?
He is let go. She stumbled back. She's clutching her hand, and doubled over, covering her stomach.
So yeah, he's clutching his shoulder right now. Not out of pain. Again, he's only
because of your overkill though. I am giving you she will not react to this next move that you make or whatever next thing you do.
Okay.
So.
He is going to do. Let's see. So he's clutching his shoulder. Can't necessarily feel the pain. He feels a thrum of something. And he knows exactly what that's going to feel like later. He's broken a bone before. And he is not excited for the next 5 minutes after the adrenaline starts wearing out. But he looks at... What does the goddess look like right now?
She's much smaller, it feels like now. Still clutching her hand. She's never been hurt before. And she's been hurt very badly. Her vulture's head, its neck is... You see, it was deceptively short with all that flap. Now that it's longer, it's kind of gross seeing how she's bent over herself. Clutching her hand. You can still kind of see the ichor dripping onto the floor. She's making this ear scratching, almost crying noise in that vulture tongue.
He is going to spit out the rest of the ichor in his mouth, like a couple times. Once for the whole thing, twice for the little bit left, and the third time just for good measure. And he is going to. He's gonna pick up the railway spike and the wooden ladle. Right, he's gonna approach. He's got...
What is your intention here?
He's got 2 decisions in front of him. So he's gonna approach the goddess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not able to react to the next move, right?
Yes.
Let's see. Let me look at my moves, my crucible moves right now. This is the option to either straight kill
have 2.
or spare.
Kill or spare.
So I believe normally in Godkiller you have to kill a god first.
Yes.
But we're not necessarily using that rule in this case.
No.
Okay. In that case, I'll actually roll to spare. He's going to take...
Thing is...
Okay, thing is...
Okay. With sparing.
With sparing, okay.
Is that... You don't know you can do that yet. Sparing only works if she feels she needs to be spared. You are still immortal to her. She doesn't understand what a god killer is.
Oh, I have to know their downfall. Oh.
No, it's not even that you have to know their downfall.
Well,
before you do this, like when you say that you're going to do this move, what I'm telling you is that because she does not feel that she has been spared in any way, she does not feel that you could kill her. Maybe you could hurt her, but you can't kill her. She's a god, and you are not.
I see.
Therefore, you cannot spare this god. Your only choice is to kill her.
I see. So, what he's going to do, he's going to take the railway spike and the wooden ladle. He's just going to look away. He can't look. He's gonna take the railway spike. He's gonna hammer it in to her throat with the wooden ladle.
What do you think is her downfall?
Downfall? Probably, I imagine her kid, right?
Yes. All right. And how would you exploit that to kill her?
Exploit that. Let's see. Obviously, she's pregnant. And I guess we're not going to do the throat thing, because I'm realizing I do have to use downfall. Oh, don't.
As cool as that is.
Don't make him do this.
It's...
No.
If it helps you at all, Philip, she's not actually pregnant. It's just what she looks like. Constantly.
Oh, she's faking it.
In a cycle of rebirth and re-death and all that jazz. Because she devours her children after a while.
Okay.
So you killed her food.
Oh, I see. Well, he doesn't know that, but it makes me feel better.
Yes, it makes you feel better.
That's so much better. So what he's going to do is that it's not his intention to kill, per se. More just it's almost, he doesn't think of it as cruelty himself with the context that he has. He's just going to try not to think about it too much. he's gonna hammer in the spike into her supposedly pregnant belly. Because if it's busy with the baby, it's not busy with him. And he's feeling awful.
Roll 2d6.
Okay, roll 2d6. If I can reach over to the dice, I'm gonna grab different color dice. The other ones don't like me, like red and blue. Red and blue dice. Siren dice for all my Disco Elysium fans out there.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. Anyway, I'm rolling dice and rolling, and a 2 and a 4. Oh no. I can't succeed. I think it's the...
They bestow a curse upon you in their dying breath. However, you get a power. So she does die.
What does that look like?
She crumbles into dirt. Under the railway spike, it gives way. And you feel rejuvenated. You feel something rushing into you. You're going to be very tired very soon. You are not clearing strain. Don't do that.
I'm gonna put my pencil down.
But you feel the power of this goddess surging through you, a power of healing and fertility. However, you also feel the curse. And you do need your pencil for this one.
Okay.
Thou shalt not heal others.
Thou shalt not heal others. No! No, that doesn't make sense. He doesn't know. He doesn't understand that, but I do. No. Cursed by...
Neckbet.
What's that?
Her name is Neckbet.
Does he know that?
You killed her. You get her name.
Oh, I get her name? Is it my name now?
If you want it. It's Nekhbet. Neckbet.
Nekhbet?
Nekhbet.
Nek. I'll get it. Vulture.
I misspelled it.
Vulture. We're gonna cross that out. It's Vulture Lady in my notes right now. And thou shalt not heal others. Now, that's ambiguous.
Yes.
Do you mean that, like, is it just the broad statement you cannot heal other people? Okay.
And then you feel tired. And your eyes get heavy. And then we go back to a day about a decade ago. Where you were in your original home, the one that you've always lived in. It's a communal area ruled over by a winged god of kindness and humility and all of those things you've always determined as good, right? And you've always considered this a safe place because outside, of course, there are horrible monsters and you've seen them walking around. And you've seen Reguel, and he's nice. It's nice. Of course it is. It's kindness. But you've never seen the sky go dark like this. You've never felt this looming horror, awfulness. This thing is bigger than anything you'd ever seen before, and hopefully anything you'll ever see again. 10-year-old Leutfried watching as it engulfs the sun, this black mass with hundreds of jabbering mouths and whirling eyes. And it opens one mouth, and Reguel is too late. The thing turns, its wings unfurl, it seems to try to fight back. A white glowing light, warm, comes from your god as it's snuffed out quickly, the teeth enclosing around it. You know now that the thing that ate your god is named Joju, and you know now that you have a year or so before you can get on that, you can find that train and get on that train And you know now that Joju did not care that it left you, did not know that it left you in those wastes. That no one knows you. And then you wake back up.
Where am I when I wake back up?
It's cold.
Okay, that's nice. It's better than I'm assuming it was before.
Oh, yes, you were under direct sunlight. It was not fun.
Okay,
It's cold. And your wounds have been wrapped up.
Oh, that's nice, but also
And you're on it's a tough bed. It's a bed
on a bed.
in a house. This
I used to
seems
have
like
one of these.
Yes. It's not the train.
Oh, well, that's not as nice, but
And you can hear people talking outside.
okay. Well, at least it's not horrifying screeching and oh my god, did I kill a pregnant woman?
You killed a god.
No voice in my head. That's not as important. Like that was still very wrong. What? But it was gonna die. Oh, I was gonna die. I didn't want to. I mean, no. I did not want to do that. Why did I do that? Felt easy. I don't like that feeling. Not at all.
A feminine voice can be heard outside the door. Don't question my choice. We have the extra food. Why not? He'll be gone tomorrow, hopefully.
Quick, am I clothed?
Yes, you are clothed.
Perfect. Okay, he's gonna perfect. He's still gonna hide under the covers a little bit. I'm assuming they gave him a blanket or something.
Yes, a blanket.
Okay, cool. He's hiding under it.
It's not the nicest blanket in the world. It's a blanket.
I didn't ask for nice. I just asked for a blanket.
Yes. The door opens and there's a woman. She's brunette. She's got a braid on her shoulder. She wears very plain clothing, an apron. And she looks stern. She looks like a very, very tired, like, mother of, like, 17.
So Leutfried is not yet seeing this. He's hiding under the covers using the age-old logic of, if I can't see you, you can't see me. So he's still, his head under the covers, like very, very visibly, you can see his hands, fingers curled around the top of the blanket.
I see you're awake, Cotton Ball.
And he's gonna very slowly pull it down over his head, like to like just his eye line, like right above his nose. And he's just gonna raise it back up after he sees her.
That is no way to thank me for bringing you back here, Cotton Ball.
And he's gonna lower it again, a little lower till his face is revealed and said, "Oh, that was you?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Where am I?"
Kaldiraheim.
Does he know where that is? Does he know where that is? 'Cause I don't know where that is, but you know.
No.
No, he does not. This sounds like a lovely place. Geographically, where am I? Like north, south?
In the east side of the canyon of... You're in a cave.
I'm in a cave?
Yes. We are a city built into a cave. Deep into a cave.
I've never been in a cave before. I almost went in a cave earlier. But
You have now.
I have now been in a cave. This is wonderful. And he's gonna try to lift himself up using both arms. And
Don't do that.
I'm assuming one arm buckles under him.
Yes.
Yeah. Which arm do you think it is? Left or right? Pick one.
Which one's his...
Dominant, his right. So I'm gonna say it's his left hand. He was holding the stuff in his left to grab with his right.
Don't do that.
He's just sort of like laying that he sort of fell back down and it's just laying in the position where he fell back down. It's just like tilted on his side a little bit, like ooh.
How'd you get so hurt?
That's a very good question. I need you to give me a second to remember. I wasn't here 5 seconds ago.
You were.
No, not from what I remember. Everything went black and now I'm in a cave, which is wonderful, thank you. But I was not here 5 seconds ago. Well, I was 5 seconds ago when I said 5 seconds ago, and 5 seconds before that as well. But I mean, in a figurative sense, I was not here before that. Aether is trying to really hard to silently cackle without them. Like, you can laugh, it's okay. You can laugh. It was funny. It was kind of funny. I'm not laughing because I'm still in character, perfectly so. Take notes, Aether. This is what acting looks like. They're crying.
I'm only crying because now you're calling me out.
Anyway, yes, I was not here. Just now.
Whatever you say. I'm sure you're hungry.
Well, no, I mean, you already brought me into a cave. I don't think I can. And his stomach, you know what I'm saying? He growls in the most comic timing of all time. It growls at him. And he's going to try to say something else, and it growls over that too. Don't listen to that. It doesn't know it's good for it.
Oh, your legs hurt? Can you get up?
That's a very good question. His legs aren't hurt, I'm assuming. Like,
no, he's fine.
I mean,
his legs are fine. He has like definitely at least one broken rib, and that arm is broken in many places. But
okay, so Leutfried, he's going to sort of shimmy with his right arm to push off the bed, trying to like just keeping his left arm. Is it limp? Is it in like a thing? Like what's it doing?
It was limp.
It was limp.
She's not gonna let you leave without a sling.
A sling. I said thing instead of sling. I hope you can understand the mix-up in my mind.
She goes over to a little drawer and she takes out, of course, the little sling, and she's just, all right, let's put your arm up.
Wait, what do you mean put my arm up? It's fine. Look, see, and he goes to lift his arm, and there's a little clicking noise. It's like, it's not supposed to make that noise. You were saying something about putting it up?
She's just, She walks over and she kind of starts putting the sling around him, and as she takes his arm very gently, she's just, do you know how to count?
Yes, of course, I've done it many times. I'm sort of an expert. I've been told so. I think it's 3. Did you want forwards or backwards, and from what number?
Backwards from 20, please.
Backwards from 20. Okay, I can do this. So we started 20, it was 19. Okay, all right, I remember. 20.
And she
19.
quickly lifts his arm and sets the bone in place, and it hurts so bad.
Ponder.
As she wraps the sling around his shoulder, she's just, we'll get you a cast soon.
And he lays back down, and he looks defeated. He turns his head over, and you can see his tongue sticking. He looks like he's defeated. He's like, oh.
I thought you were an expert at counting.
19, 18. He's about to cry. 17, 16.
I'm going to go get you some food.
15. I think It's the third. No, it's 14. I forgot. No, I remember it's 12 next. And he's gonna keep counting even while she's walking out because she asked him to, and she didn't tell him to stop. So yeah, that you're Godkiller, everybody. Oh, he doesn't know that yet. Well, he doesn't register that yet.
The savior of Cradle, everyone.
The savior of Cradle, everyone.
And she comes back about 10-15 minutes later with it's a clear bone broth in a bowl. That's all he's going to get for now.
It smells. Yeah, it smells fine. He's back up, sitting up against a pillow. His left shoulder is.
In her other arm, there's a bag that looks suspiciously like a medical bag.
Oh, that's a scary bag. His left shoulder is like pivoted downwards as he's just letting his left arm hang loose. Not obviously in the sling, but he's purposely just giving it as much attention and room as he possibly can. Like he's spoiling his arm. His right arm is very jealous right now, and is just sort of like fiddling with like the covers. You know.
She holds out the bowl and she just take this with your other hand.
Gonna grab it underneath, but like hold it. How big is this? It's a big bowl, like a hand-sized bowl.
It's got like the little bottom that you can like have a little hold on.
Okay, it's got a little hold on it. Is it hot?
It's warm.
It's warm. Okay. Oh, thank you. And he's gonna sip it from the bowl.
Yeah, as right? that was the intention.
Yeah, he's gonna sip it from the bowl. He's had bone broth before.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, Ragwell's followers were communal, pastoral as well. I'm assuming. Hmm? They had animals. They had bones to broth. He's had bone broth before. So yeah, he's gonna sip it, thankfully, very mindfully. I'm not gonna continue that quote fully.
Very mindful.
Aether is letting a lot of like pauses and silences to laugh quietly when you can just laugh on mic. There's no shame in it.
Anyway. She sits down next to you and she's just, so how did you hurt your arm?
Oh, yes, I remember now. A giant vulture woman grabbed my arm and twisted, and it hurt a lot in retrospect. And that's how and that is how I hurt my arm. Well, I did not hurt my arm.
Lady
my arm was
Macbeth?
hurt. That was her name, but yes, that makes sense. Yeah, that was her name.
Was?
Yes. No, is. No, that's lying is bad. Lying is bad. She's no longer with us? And it's my fault? And I'm very sorry if you cared about her and even just in general, actually. I already feel guilty about it happening. You want details out of me?
Well, she's a goddess.
I mean, in everything but appearance. Oh, that's rude. Leutfried, that's rude. That's rude. What about it?
So which god killed her?
And he's just nodding his head slowly, as if agreeing with something, like she made like a declaration and not a question.
That's not an answer.
He's gonna keep nodding as a response to that question. That's his. It's just yes, nodding yes.
Answer me, boy.
Ooh, I don't like that. I
You,
don't like that tone.
you owe me your life.
Ooh, it
You
makes
can
me
answer
feel
me.
like my mother. Ooh, no. Ooh, that's not a great feeling. It was with a railway spike, if you must know, and a wooden ladle, because I couldn't hammer it in with just the spike. Uh, he's gonna flap his left shoulder around, like as if to prove his point, like it needed some help to get in there, as if that's the issue, as if that's the confusing bit about this story. Like, how did he get the railway spike in so far? It's like I put it in, and then um, I know what you're about to say. You don't have to. It was wrong of me, but my life was in danger, and I made an impulsive decision, and I'm not proud of myself. I think everything went dark, and suddenly I'm in a cave.
You haven't answered my question. Which god killed her?
An unanswerable question if there were no other gods involved?
Only a god can kill a god.
I must not have seen them. I must not have seen them. They move in mysterious ways?
Where are you from?
Not the canyon if you think I lived there.
I don't think so.
Oh, that's perfect.
I
wouldn't
really
want you
hope
thinking
not, though
that.
it would explain a lot.
No, would it? He kind of feels his hair like it was his appearance insulted. Though he doesn't feel insulted himself per se. It's just more like he thinks that something might be wrong with his face, like something. He's patting his like cheekbones and stuff and his hair, and he's like,
Are you looking to find your brain, boy?
"No, that's in here." There's a half-second delay in that statement, but he does tap his temple with his right hand. Uh, anyway, no, I'm just making sure that I don't. I try to keep neat my appearance.
You look as fine as someone attacked by a minor goddess could be.
I don't know what that looks like, but you said it like it's a good thing.
At least it wasn't Hypala.
I'm not. Actually, the name's familiar, but I don't quite know who that is. But I'm going to also take that as if that is a good thing as well.
Where are you from, boy?
You know the train.
Did they throw you again?
Again? I was only thrown once, thank you. I actually don't. Why was I thrown? Why was he thrown? Does he know?
No.
He doesn't know?
No.
Okay.
He just knows he was thrown.
Okay. So, first of all, I'll make things clear. They do not normally throw people out of the train.
The people of Calderaheim would tell you differently.
I'm going to question my worldview later, thank you. I will continue my statement politely. We usually just throw objects, but for some reason someone must have bumped into me and I went out a window.
Politely isn't a word.
Thank you for correcting me. I will take that into consideration. And never say polite. No, politely is a word, isn't it? Oh.
Politely.
Oh, politely. Oh, I will change.
So you were from the
that.
train?
Oh, yes, train. Yes, train. I fell out of the train, and I fell on unfortunately, a very large vulture chick. And
Oh, it was probably almost ready for her to eat.
to what?
To eat.
Huh?
She eats them.
She eats what? The
Like-
baby?
Yes.
Ew. That's gross. It's very gross.
What's your name, boy?
Leutfried. And he goes to extend his left hand and just
Don't do...
right hand. He sends his right hand for a shake.
She shakes his hand. She's wearing gloves.
He's wearing gloves. Okay. He's gonna shake politely, not very firmly. He's got a very like soft handshake. He would make
politely.
dang it. He's infected my brain. We're becoming one.
I don't even know if the mic picked that up because I said it over to the side anyway.
Okay. But my point being, his vocabulary, it's changing mine. Anyway, so he shakes her hand and takes it back. His hand, I mean. Yes. And your name is... And please don't say unimportant right now, because everyone tells me that when they first meet me. I say, what's your name? They say, oh, that's not important right now. I beg to differ. You brought me to a cool cave with a bed and blankets and pillow. I don't know. I haven't turned around to look to see if it actually was a pillow. And sling. So I must know your name.
I am Iduna. I am the speaker of Fenris, the god of Celtigraheim.
Oh, I'm very sorry for speaking to you.
I spoke to you first.
And he's gonna nod slowly, and he's gonna bow his head, and an impromptu reverence. He did not realize he didn't recognize her game when she walked in, and now realizing that he's speaking to a speaker. And would you like to explain what that is for us?
Every god has a speaker and a hand, or at least hopefully they do. Some don't, but that's mostly because a lot of people die in Cradle. A hand is their will on Earth, though they do live on Earth. They wield violence, typically against mortals, to make sure that they're tithed correctly, that they're kept alive. And speakers are their voice. A god can't be bothered to talk to a lowly mortal. So they have a speaker to do it. And these people are often politically very powerful, physically very strong, and emotionally very manipulative.
So are you here on official business?
I am now.
I'm sorry for making you do work. No, I phrased that like a question. I'm sorry for making you do work.
We need to find out who killed Nick Bett.
So about that,
Because I refuse to believe that somehow you're a god.
I do not. That's heresy. I am no heretic.
Oh, good.
I'm no god.
Good.
I bleed red, thank you. I found that out after the incident I just told you about.
Perfect. If you're not a god, then I hope you won't mind meeting one. And that's where we'll end things.
And we're ending it there. You want to sign us off?
Thank you for listening to the first episode of Godkiller, the Epic of Leutfried. In this episode, we did a lot of things that I didn't think I was going to be able to get to, so I'm very happy about that, actually. And while it's not perfect, we're having fun, and we did a very good job.
And you didn't notice that for the end bit, I actually brought our tubers closer together, as if this was a Saturday morning children's show where we gather together and talk about the lesson for the day. Oh, you don't
I'm
want
gonna get cooties.
Oh my! Everything blinked out of existence. I did not mean to press the
It really
button.
wants us to be over with this.
I did not mean to press the button that makes Joju eat things. I mean, what?
He's just
What?
a little hungry.
Yeah, I'm a little hungry too. So that was our
Speaking
first
of,
episode of Godkiller, and thank you for joining us. If it seemed scuffed, it was scuffed. It wasn't your imagination. Uh, hopefully,
we're not good at this.
it's our first. It literally first time, actual first time. So I think we can give ourselves a little pat on the back, clap and a half. Can I get some my GT Live fans out here? Hey, that's more claps than you're allowed.
Oh,
I said
sorry.
clap and a half. Yeah, thank you.
I
Anyway,
just don't think that we're allowed to take that because, like, that's his thing.
well, it's an homage.
Okay.
It's okay. We're not taking anything except more of our listeners' time. So this has been Philip,
And Aether.
and thank you for listening to Godkiller, Epic of Leutfried, and hopefully see you next time, where we're gonna find out what a scarier god sounds like. Where is Leutfried actually? Because he's in the city, but he just knows he's in a cave. And also, what happened to the wooden ladle?
The most important part of this.
Yeah, it is.